All right, let's dive in. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on a really popular but honestly often misunderstood investment strategy, the cash secured put. My goal here is to break it all down into simple, bite-sized pieces so you can see exactly how it works and, decide if it might be a good fit for you. Let's get right to it. So let me just start with a simple question. How would you like to get paid, like cash in your account right now, just for agreeing to buy something you already want, but only if it goes on sale? I know, it sounds a little too good to be true, doesn't it? But that's the core idea we're going to unpack today. To really get this, let's just forget about stocks, forget about all the Wall Street jargon for a minute. Seriously. Instead, we're going to take a little trip to a coffee shop. This simple story is the key. If you get this, you'll get the whole strategy. Okay, so picture this with me. You're at the store, and you see your absolute favorite bag of coffee beans sitting on the shelf. The price tag says $20, and it's great coffee, but you're thinking, that's just a little more than I want to pay. But you're smart, you've got a price in your head. You've decided that if that bag of coffee ever drops to $15, you're all in. You'd buy a whole bunch of it, no questions asked. $15 is your magic number, your perfect sale price. So you actually go up to the store manager and you make them a deal. You say, look, I'll make you a promise. If the price on this coffee drops to $15 anytime in the next month, I commit right here and now to buying 10 bags. You even prove you've got the cash ready to go. And get this, the manager loves this idea. It gives them a guaranteed potential sale. They love it so much, in fact, that just for making that solid promise, they reach into the register and hand you $5 on the spot. You can think of it as a waiting fee that you get paid just for being willing to wait for your price.
So a month goes by, what happens? Well, there are really only two ways this can play out. Scenario A, the coffee never goes on sale, it stays at $20. Your promise just expires, you walk away, and you keep that $5 fee. Scenario B, the price drops to $15. You follow through on your promise, buy the 10 bags of coffee you wanted at that great discount, and you still get to keep the $5 fee. I mean, either way, it's a win, right?
All right, I think you see where this is going. Let's take that exact same logic from the coffee shop and apply it directly to the stock market. All we have to do is just swap out a few words.
Think of this slide as our translator. That bag of coffee you wanted? Well, that's a stock you'd really like to own. Your $15 discount price? In the investing world, we call that the strike price. That $5 waiting fee you got paid up front? That's called the premium. And that 1-month deadline on your promise? We call that the expiration date. See? It's the exact same idea, just with different labels.
Okay, so with that coffee analogy fresh in our minds, let's get a little more formal and really nail down these key terms and the actual steps you take to do this in a real brokerage account. So first up is the strike price. This is a huge decision. It's simply the discount price you're declaring you're willing to pay for one share of a stock. You're drawing a line in the sand and saying, if the stock drops to this price, I'm a buyer. It's your price. Next up, and this is everyone's favorite part, is the premium. This is the cash. This is the money that shows up in your account immediately after you make your promise. It's like the market is saying, hey, thanks for being willing to buy, and it's yours to keep, 100%, no matter what happens next. And finally, there's the expiration date. Every deal needs a deadline. This is simply how long your promise is good for. It could be for a week, a month, even longer. But once that date passes, your obligation is completely gone. So let's put it all together. How does it work in practice? It's basically a 4-step flow. Step 1, you pick a great stock, one you'd actually be happy to own. Step 2, you sell the put, which is just the fancy term for making your promise by choosing your strike price and expiration date. Step 3, your broker sets aside the money needed to buy the shares, which is why it's called cash secured. And step 4, boom, you get paid that premium instantly. Okay, the theory is cool and all, but this stuff really clicks when you see the actual numbers. So let's run through a quick, clear example. We'll just use a made-up company. Let's call it Stock XYZ. All right, so let's say Stock XYZ is currently trading for $110 a share. You like the company, you've done your research, but you feel like 110 is a little steep. You want to get in at a better price. You'll look at the chart and you decide, you know what? $100, $100 a share, I would be thrilled to own this company at that price. So you set your strike price at $100. That is your promise. And for making that promise, for selling one put option contract, which represents 100 shares, the market immediately pays you $200 in premium. That cash goes right into your account. Okay, now we fast forward 30 days to the expiration date. Again, only two things can happen. If the stock is trading anywhere above your $100 strike price, your promise just expires. You do nothing, and you keep that $200 as pure profit. If the stock is trading below 100, you simply fulfill your end of the bargain. You buy 100 shares at the price you wanted all along, $100 each.
But wait, this is the aha moment. This is the real magic. If you do end up buying the stock, what did it really cost you? Well, you paid $100 a share, but remember that $200 you got paid up front? That's $2 per share. So your actual true cost basis is only $98. You ended up getting an even better discount than you originally planned for.
So we've covered the what and the how. But before we wrap up, I need to share the single most important rule of this entire strategy. Seriously, this one principle is what separates using this tool wisely from just reckless gambling. And here it is. This is the golden rule. You should only ever use this strategy on a high-quality company that you would be genuinely happy to own for the long haul. Why? Because you might actually end up owning it. If it's a great business, then buying it at a discount is a win. But if it's some speculative, junky stock, you could be setting yourself up for a lot of pain. So, just remember, a cash-secured put is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a strategy for patient investors. It's a way to generate a little income while you wait to buy great companies at a price you've already decided is a good deal. And that really just leaves one final question for you to think about. Which great company out there would you be happy to own if you could just get it on sale?